favorite radio station.
This is Afrovibes Radio Houston.
Welcome to Articulated Hour. Houston and the world, this is Articulated Hour. Ladies and gentlemen, in the next 90 days, every week, same time, same studio, you're going to hear from Atikulated Hour at Afrovibes Radio, the only African Caribbean radio based in Houston, Texas. And today we have heavyweights in the studio. And it's going to be a very bumper edition. It's going to be a free-for-all discussion. So I have political heavyweights in the studio. Believe you me, sit tight. You are going to be thrilled today on what is going on in Nigeria, why change has come, why Nigeria must work again. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Articulated Hour. I'm not going to do the talking alone because we have heavyweights in the studio. And to do justice to this conversation today, I'm going to have everybody introduce himself. It's going to flow. It's going to be a free-for-all discussion. Somewhere along the line, we're going to open the lines to our callers, to wherever you are in the world. You can call in, ask questions, make your contributions. I am going to start from my far left. Gentlemen, I would like to meet you one after the other. You tell us your name, what you do in Articulated Agenda, and there's one particular person I will have the honor, singular honor to introduce. So let me start from my far left. Chief.
Yes, my name is Chief George Mwosu. I'm the National Diaspora Coordinator for Articulated Agenda 2019.
Thank you. Sir.
Good evening, viewers. My name is Chief Richard Mbam, RMG. I'm the Diaspora Patron Articulated Agenda.
Sir.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dr. Ezekuzo Levinus, Coordinator, Articulated Agenda 2019, Houston Branch.
Houston Branch, thank you. To my right, far right.
My name is Ovi Emiofa. I am the Diaspora Director of Finance, Articulated Agenda 2019.
Great, welcome, sir.
Good afternoon, listeners. My name is Honorable Emeka Ndubisi. I am the National Contact and Mobilization Articulated Agenda 2019.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, dear listeners, we have the biggest masquerade in the studio. And he is a man that wears so many caps. One-time gubernatorial aspirant in a state called Abia in Nigeria, West Africa. He's the man that has put all this together. Today, every nook and cranny of the universe, you hear about Articulated Agenda. Join me in welcoming to the studio the Director General of Articulated Agenda 2019, Chief Dr. Emeka Kalu. Welcome, sir, to the studio.
Yeah, welcome. Thank you. I'm actually overwhelmed being here today. It's a thing of joy because we are here to make Nigeria working again. Thank you, viewers. And today is going to be a day of history, a day that will go in history that, yes, indeed, Nigerians in diaspora have made the case for Atiku Abubakar.
Okay, now you're talking, Chief. What are these heavyweights doing in Houston? What's going on in Houston today?
Well, we are here today to showcase our principal, Atiku Abubakar, a man that has an antecedent that is exceptional, a man that all the world have seen that will be able to turn Nigeria around. As you all see, as you all can know, that today in Nigeria, we're in chaos. The current administration has turned Nigeria 360 around. Right. So we want to be able to bring in someone who has the capacity, someone who has what it takes to make Nigeria working again. And that person is His Excellency Atiku Abubakar.
Right, because I see the diaspora coordinator, I see the Houston chapter coordinator. That means something is going on in Houston. What is going down?
Today,
what is going down in Houston today?
Today we want to inaugurate the Diaspora Articulated Agenda in Houston. And it's going to be terrific because I tell you, we have people from all looks and crannies of the world coming today to witness this occasion. It's going to be an occasion that the whole world will reckon with. Today, Articulated Agenda will show the people in diaspora that yes, we are rooted and we are here to do our job.
Awesome. That takes me to the coordinator, diaspora coordinator. Sir, what are the countries coming today? Who are their guest lists? What countries are you expecting? to be at this event today?
Anybody that is anybody in Articulated Agenda is here today.
Great. Can you give us names? Give us countries, sir.
Countries like South Africa, Malaysia, Europe, the EU, that's the European Union.
Correct.
They're all represented here today. We're not even talking about the chapters in North America.
Wow.
Yes.
North America, that's United States and Canada.
Yes.
So they are all represented.
Yes.
Okay, that takes us to the Houston coordinator. So we know each town for their hospitality. So what is it you're going to do today? What is that special thing you want to do here in Houston today, apart from the event?
What is happening here today is this is where the grassroots campaign starts, and this is what we're bringing to the people. This is Houston, and we do great in Houston. Houston is today to showcase our principal, Atiku Abubakar. It's now that we are bringing Atiku Abubakar to the people. We want everybody to come.
Awesome. Okay, I had somebody introduce himself as a contact and mobilization. So now we're talking candidates. So I'm going to go back to the grassroots, to the basics. Okay, before I come to you, what is Articulated Agenda? How did it all start? Who will take that question? How did Articulated Agenda start? What is it about? Sir.
Let me start before I hand over to the DG.
Yes.
From day one, I've been with him. He's a great man. The Director General, Dr. Emeka Kalu. Articulated Agenda is a
May we meet who is speaking?
My name is Honorable Emeka Ndubisi, the Contact and Mobilization.
Right.
Articulated Agenda was actually formed back in 2017. And I can tell you we've been so strong. We have branches in everywhere in the world. In the United States, we have about 15 chapters doing very well. In Canada, we have about 2 chapters. And in the past couple of months, we engaged in what we call, I'll say, showcasing who Atiku is. And during his consultations in Nigeria, we made sure that there was no place that His Excellency went for consultations that we were not represented. So Articulated Agenda in Nigeria, we're in 36 states,
Yes.
plus FCT, doing very, very strong. How you do, digital?
Okay, DG, what can you add to that?
Well, I'll tell you this. Articulated Agenda is a movement, not just like a support group, a traditional support group that every other person has. And the formation of this movement is as a result of the passion that we have for good governance. Not just trying to put a group together, but the passion for good governance. As we all witness the tremendous decline of our government in Nigeria. The government of Muhammadu Buhari have not been able to do anything for anybody. The country is in turmoil. So we, as like minds, try to put together this movement for us to be able to bring out someone who is formidable, someone who is respected, someone who has been tested and trusted that can be able to turn around the situation of our country. And when we looked about every other person in the country, we said, look, the only person who can do it, that we know, that we trust and believe, is the only person other than Atiku Abubakar Waziri Adamawa. So we went to him and persuaded him and said, look, sir, it is time for you to come and salvage this nation. Okay? He said, look, I've tried this before. I don't want to be able to, I don't want to do it. I've done this before. Why do you guys want me to? No, the political elites are using this for their own private gains. So we said, no, sir. It is not about the political elites. It's about this nation. We know it's not about you, but we know that we are bestowing Nigeria onto you. With you, we know Nigeria can be made working again. And after much pressure, he yielded. And now today, look at where we are today. As that now, it's a big thing for the nation that we have a person of Atiku Abubakar going to lead the way with Obi, who has a very clean slate in the nation, a man that has been proven working. In fact, Nigeria will see it again. When Nigeria is going to become United States of America, of Africa, with these 2 people on board.
Wow. Mr. Chief Richard, is there something you want to add to what the DG and the contact has already...
Well, I mean, Mr. Harris, I mean, Atiku is the man. Atiku, I'm not a politician. When Chief Dr. Emeka Kalu 2 years ago came to me and said, you know what, we have to rally around this man. This man has what it takes to take our country to the next level. Atiku Abubakar has interest for the Nigerians. You know, he is a northerner that has the good mind of an Igbo man, a Yoruba man, and the Hausa man where he came from. So we it's going to be a collective effort. It's not going to be easy. The road might be bumpy, but I'm assuring all Nigerians that we here in diaspora will make sure come 2019, we will put somebody who is viable, somebody who has the heart of Nigerians, somebody who will make our nation great again. So let's all work together. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to be bumpy, but at the finish line, we're going to excel as true Nigerians, and we'll be happy and make our country great again.
Thank you. I heard Ovie introduce himself here as the Diaspora Director of Finance. And here in the United States, we know when elections are coming up, it takes a lot of money. There are PACs, there's a whole lot. So, and traditionally in Nigeria, people expect candidates to give them money. That is what is expected. Everybody that supports a candidate in Nigeria expects the candidates to give them money. So we all sell, our bite rights. So, Ovie, how is this different? Because I've not heard in such groups before where somebody says, I am the financial director. Are you going to manage the money Atiku is going to give, or are you going to raise money to really support his candidature? So, what's the deal?
All right. Well, we know His Excellency Atiku Abubakar is a man that has already proven himself in politics and in private life. He's a man who has created about 100,000 jobs in private sector, and so we are fortunate to have him as our flag bearer. Those of us in diaspora, what becomes of us is, since we don't have the franchise to vote back home, is to mobilize ourselves behind a formidable candidate that is poised to change Nigeria and bring prosperity back to our people again. The Houston coordinator, you were saying something. You wanted to make an input.
Earlier on I talked about the grassroots campaign. As you can see, we in diaspora, we send billions of dollars every year to Nigeria.
Yes.
These billions of dollars go to our relatives in Nigeria.
Yes.
Therefore, who has the grain controls what happens. Because we send this money to Nigeria and send it to our relatives, they say we do not vote. No, we do vote. If I will pick up my phone and call everybody that I'm sponsoring in Nigeria, this is the person they will vote for. They will vote for him. Right. So the indirectly or indirectly, we are voting. And this time it's going to be different. We in diaspora, we are now serious about everything that is happening in Nigeria. We will make sure that our relatives in Nigeria will vote for Atiku Abubakar. We will make sure that our relatives in Nigeria will vote Buhari out of office. We will make sure that our relatives in Nigeria will bring a great change in Nigeria come 2019. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I heard you were indicating the contact and mobilization. You were indicating you want to say something.
Yes, I wanted to do like a little chipping on the diaspora voting. I want to let the listeners know that I'm also the special assistant to my governor, Dr. Keze Ikpeazu of Abia State, on diaspora matters. And when it comes to diaspora stuff and things that relates to voting, it's very, very dear to us also. We're here in diaspora. So that being said, the bill for diasporans to vote has been passed.
Wow.
So it's actually a good news because the next time election is going to hold in Nigeria, diasporans will be able to cast their votes wherever they are. So I think it's necessary that I point it out.
Wow. Before we get in our callers to call in later in the next few minutes, there's something I really want to find out here. How come this election is generating a lot of attention? This is unlike Nigerian election. Who wants to tell us what's going on?
Well,
okay, DJ, please.
Nigerian election is kind of attracting a lot of people's interest just because the situation of the country. And given the fact that the person who is the will of the masses, the person of Atiku Waziri Adamawa,
Yes.
he is someone that has a very great antecedent, a man that is respected across the whole world,
Right.
a man that has proven himself before. while he was vice president. All the policies that he enacted brought about what we are enjoying today, even what the present administration is sitting on now to enjoy. Look at the cell phones. We're able to call our mothers at home today just because they were able to make that happen. If not that he was there to put up all those policies that enabled business direct investors to come in and be able to do business in Nigeria. Today, we wouldn't be talking about cell phones. Look at other countries. Most countries today, they don't have a way to communicate. But Nigeria is a great nation. And it's a great nation because we have someone who has the interest of the masses in his heart. And that person is Atiku Abubakar.
Great. Awesome. Chief Richard wanted to chip in something.
Well, just to add more points to what DJ have said, we've come to that point at this stage in our nation that the rest of the world, they are watching Nigeria. I mean, we're a powerhouse in Africa, Nigeria. So when the present government are not doing enough to help their people, so Nigerians are tired of the lifeless human being they say they put in that government. So it's more of a collective effort. Every Nigerian, everywhere you go, all they're talking about is change. And how is that change going to happen? Is Abubakar coming in, he's Waziri of Adamawa, who will restore this nation, who will make our youth more productive. Let them actualize their potentials. I mean, they're not lazy. I mean, so the rest of the world are watching Nigeria, and we have to set a good example to the rest of African countries. So it's basically every country in Africa are looking at us. We have to make that change, and that time has come for Nigeria to actualize that.
Thank you. Before we bring in callers, before we open our lines to callers, I need to really get this out of the way. DG,
Yes.
we know the current government in Nigeria are very insensitive.
Yes.
They don't like to be criticized.
Yes.
They don't like to hear a decent opinion.
Yes.
So how are you dealing with security? Are you safe?
Well,
Because they feel threatened,
well,
and whenever they are threatened, they harass people.
I will tell you this. Me, myself, Chief Dr. Emeka Kalu, before I decided to take up on this, I've already decided to be there.
Wow.
I don't care about what they do. I care about Nigeria.
Right.
I care about the citizens who are suffering.
Right.
I care about the rest of the Nigerians who cannot go to school.
Right.
I care about the rest of the Nigerians who cannot be able to fend for themselves.
Right.
Because of the simple fact that this administration has not taken into account that there are people who are suffering. There are people who are there who does not even have a way to go to school. But they are brainy. There is no money for them to go to school. There are no jobs. They are not creating any jobs. The high crime rate in Nigeria has, in fact, today in Nigeria, everywhere you go is kidnapping. Why is it that way? Because we don't have no government. What we have there is military government. I am asking Buhari to leave. Buhari needs to go.
Wow.
We don't need Buhari there anymore. Buhari must go.
He has to
My
finish his term.
operation is Operation Buhari must go.
Okay.
He must leave Asorok come 2019.
Through the ballot boxes.
Through the ballot boxes.
Okay, great.
Our ballot boxes is our strength.
Right.
We're able to send him home with that.
All right. Listeners, we are going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to take calls. So if you are there, get ready to call us. When you call us, tell us your name, your location, the country you're calling from, and make your questions or comments very, very brief. Thank you.
You can listen to Afrovibes Radio from anywhere around the world. Simply download our app from the Apple or Google Play Store. You can also listen via TuneIn app or visit our website at afrovibesradio.com and listen live.
I'll give you the numbers to reach us wherever you are in the world. The numbers are 1-800-1800-657-5101. I take that again, 1-800-657-5101, extension 707, specifically for this program. So when you call that number, dial extension 707. You give us your name, your location, and where you're calling from. So while the lines are open now, I really want to get into the issue of gubernatorial candidates. I am aware we have close to 90 candidates running for this one office in Nigeria. So why do you think it's Atiku Abubakar? Why do you think it's him from all these other candidates? Oh, we have a caller. We have a caller on the line. Just hold on a second. Welcome to Afrovibes Radio. May I know who's on the line? Your name, your location, please.
My name is Michael Okoro, and I'm calling from Maryland, Texas.
Okay. Do you have a question or a comment, sir? Michael.
Yes. I have a question. I've been hearing support groups calling themselves articulated this, articulated that in Nigeria and overseas. How do we really know which one is winning? Because I have a lot of people that want to join, but they keep asking this kind of questions.
Right. Very legitimate question. I think the DG, the man that can really put that to rest is here. DG. The question in a simple term is they have lots and lots of articulated the support groups. Why should he or anybody join Articulated Agenda? What is different? What is special about this from others?
Well, support groups.
Thank you, Michael.
Yeah, Michael, answering your question, the support groups for Articulated Agenda for our principal, Atiku Abubakar, is overwhelming. We have more than 2,600 support groups, but that's not just the issue. The issue is that we at Articulated Agenda, we are grounded. We are in all 36 states plus FCT in Abuja.
Right.
And we are also in diaspora in so many countries. So we are the very foremost support group who approached the incoming president.
Right.
And we have done solely well in promoting his antecedents everywhere in the world, both back in Nigeria and then in all the rest of the world. So we are on the ground and we are here to make things work for everyone. So everyone who wants to join the Articulated Agenda is open. It's an open movement, and then we encourage people to come and reckon with us, and then we move forward because we want to be able to make a Denmark in our country. We want to change the present condition of our nation.
Okay, is there hope? Is there by any means? Is there that chance of kind of getting all the support groups together so that they speak in one voice, because apparently they're all chasing the same thing? Is there that thing, that hope that someday there will be some kind of trying to compress the entire support groups to very few, so that we don't have over 200-300, because that shows popularity of the candidate though, for us to have that number? Is there that hope that it could be compressed?
Of course there is hope to do that. In time to come, the campaign organization will be able to now shrink down all the support groups and then bring them onto few groups, that way, because if you have 2,600, how are you able to coordinate them?
Right.
You have to be able to bring in the smaller support groups into the bigger ones, fuse them in so that way they can function at one, and then be able to do other things. Like Articulated Agenda is been taking a lot of groups even in the last month or so.
Right.
We have been most groups have been coming and partnering with us.
Yes.
Up till even yesterday we had a fusion with another group that actually wants to roll with us.
Right.
So it's been that way. That is the way the campaign organization is going to do it, and that is the way it's going to be. And we all working for the same cause. Right. But also you have to realize that Articulated Agenda is a movement, not just a support group, but a movement that has come to stay.
Right.
It is not just all about this election. We want to maintain good governance in Nigeria.
Right. So we have another call on the line. Thank you for calling into Afrovibes Radio. May I know who's on the line? Your name, your location, please.
My name is Ms. Ngozi Obi from Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes, Ms. Ngozi, please go ahead. What's your question or comment?
Okay, I have a question, please. Actually, I've been calling a lot of my friends from that are in Nigeria, and then everybody's talking about Atiku.
Yes.
My question is this: why do you think Atiku is going to be different from our current president, Buhari?
Wow. Okay. Who's in a better position to take that question? The issue is Atiku, Abubakar, and Buhari. What are the distinctions? DG, you were trying to tell me something close to that before.
Well, you cannot bring fire and water together. Buhari is fire. Water is life. Atiku Abubakar have shown the kind of personality that he is. While he was vice president, he has accomplished so much stuff.
Yes.
This president here that we have is the president of the army. You talk against the government, they follow you with DSS. You say something that is wrong with the government, they follow you up, they frame you up with something.
Yes.
That is not democracy. When we talk about democracy here, we need to bring someone who will respect the rule of law.
Right.
Someone who will be able to do something for the entire nation and respect what the rule of law is all about.
Right.
And that person is Atiku Abubakar. He has
Okay.
proven it.
Okay.
He has never interfered with any governmental agencies before.
Right.
And he will never do that.
Okay, and let me even prompt you here, because I do know there's been this controversy about certificate, high school diploma of a president of a country of about 180 people. So along that line, do you think Atiku Abubakar is more qualified, has more experience?
No, of course. Like I said, you cannot compare these two individuals.
Okay.
This man here is a soldier.
Right.
I understand that. The way he got in there, well, I don't know. But I will tell you, what we need now is someone who can, change the narratives of the country.
Right.
And that person is Atiku Abubakar. Because there's no way anyone who can compare Atiku and Buhari is probably drunk. I'll tell you that. Because these two people are two different individuals.
Oh.
These are the people who has value for human life.
Okay.
This man does not have value for human life. Look at people that are being killed every day. And we're here talking about Buhari. People are killed every day. Look at, even aren't we supposed to be ashamed of ourselves being Nigerians? A general was killed and his corpse was found on the street, and yet to have a country. And we are talking about Buhari. Buhari should go. He should go back to Daura. We need a country that will understand what democracy is all about. And we are talking about Atiku Abubakar.
Yes. I think we have another call on the line. I wanted the
Let's get the call.
Yes, let's get the caller first. Thank you for calling. This is Afrovibes Radio, Atikulated Hour. May I know who is on the line? Your name, your location, please.
Yeah, hi, this is Chijoke. I'm calling from Malaysia. I'm an oil expatriate.
From what part of Malaysia, sir?
Yes.
You are calling from Malaysia. Chijoke.
Yeah, I live in Kuala Lumpur.
Kuala Lumpur. Please go ahead.
Yes.
Make your suggestion or question brief.
Yeah, like I've been following everything online and what's going on. I'm reading newspapers. So my question is now, I need to confirm.
Yes.
Is it true that Atiku can now visit America?
Right. Okay.
I will take that. I will take that question. Chijoke, thank you for your question. It's a brilliant question, but I will tell you something. First of all, let me start from the inception. America is not a prerequisite for anyone to become the president of our great nation. That's number one. Now, number two, Atiku does not have any problem in America. He has not been indicted anywhere in the world, not even America, even in Nigeria, that people keep shouting corruption, corruption, corruption. He has come out many times and said, look, if you know or if you have anything against me, bring it out. Let's go to the law court and debate it. And no one has ever come out with anything, not even a single thing. He's a man that is known with a clean slate and a man that does not have any problem anywhere. He travels anywhere he wants to go to. But I'll tell you, let me give you the shocker. The shocker that the APC government will have is the day I will personally receive Chief and Honorable and all the senators and all the governors, including His Excellency himself, in the great Washington, D.C.
So the direct answer is Atiku Abubakar can come to the United States.
Yes.
So despite whatever the stories had been, Chijoke, did you get that? They said he can come to the United States.
Okay.
You have a follow-up question?
Good to be enlightened. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, it makes sense.
Thank you, Chijoke. We appreciate your calling in.
Thank you for the info.
Thank you. Contact and mobilization. So I'll get to you shortly. You wanted to say something in the last caller. Asked what's the difference between Buhari and why Atiku and not Buhari?
Yeah, I was going to address that question. I know some people, that is one of the major questions. What is the distinction between A and B? And if you look at Nigeria today, you will bear with me that a lot of things are going wrong in Nigeria.
Yes.
So Atiku is the man that has a proven record.
Yes.
Atiku is a reformer. Atiku is detribalized. Atiku is the bridge builder.
Right.
So when it comes to Atiku, there's no comparison between Atiku and Buhari. So what we need in the country right now is a man who can come in and rescue the country in terms of jobs.
Yes.
The unemployment rate in Nigeria is so alarming. And the unemployment ties into a lot of things. Insecurity. He can't tell me if there are jobs out there. you will not hear all these kidnappings. People will be careful employed.
Sorry, we have another call on the line. We have 2-3 more calls to take, and thank you for calling into Afrovibes Radio. This is Articulated Hour. May I know your name and location, please?
Yeah, good afternoon. This is Shego calling from Atlanta.
From where? Atlanta?
Atlanta, Georgia.
Georgia. Shegu, please go ahead. You have a question or comment? Make it brief, please.
Oh, yeah, actually, I just have a question to ask. I was actually wondering, because I've been hearing about the articulated and all that. I just want to be really sure about the movement. So is articulated a movement for Atiku, or is it like another thing? Like, I really want to have, a little bit of understanding about the articulated agenda itself, right?
Okay, I know the DG has said something like that before, but it won't hurt for him to kind of recap. Let him go back, DG.
I would appreciate that.
Thank you for your question. Okay. Let me go straight to the answer. Articulated agenda is a movement, and this movement was born out of the quest to look for a good governance in Nigeria. So now, because we have a candidate that concludes in all ramifications what we are looking for, articulated agenda 2019. So when he finishes his tenure in reforming Nigeria, so whoever candidate again that will feel or deem fit to lead us again, will brand him with that name. So we'll keep going. It's a movement. It's never going to stop. So we got to keep moving and moving and moving and moving and moving. Thank you.
Okay. I have.
Go ahead, Shegu.
Yeah, I have one more question, please. This is I don't know, like for people like us that were based in Atlanta, like people in the diaspora, like not in Nigeria at the moment. What do we have to benefit? Like we are actually feeling the impact. Like what is happening right now with Buhari and all that. Like, so what do we have to benefit when in 2019 if Atiku becomes the president of Nigeria? Like, do we have to benefit just by the fact that we're not in the country?
Yeah, Shegu, before they answer that, I know one of the benefits is when the economy gets better, all those calls you get from home, bring money for this, bring money for that, is going to reduce. But let me get somebody to give you a response.
Okay.
Yes, DJ.
Well, let me give you a little response on this particular issue also. First of all, we are talking about how do we benefit people in the diaspora. I'm today here in diaspora. We're going to benefit in so many ramifications. If we have a good governance in Nigeria, whereby we have good hospitals, we have good roads, we have good education, why do we have to stay in America? We'll stay back home, because everything that we get in America, we'll get it back home. So that is a benefit for us. You don't come to America, you don't stay in Atlanta because it's your choice. You're staying in Atlanta because you wanted to make a greener pasture. But also, I need you to remember that Nigeria can be America. We have what it takes to make it happen. But because we have bad leaders in the past, that is why we are out today to bring in someone who has an interest of the masses in the heart. The person of Atiku Abubakar. He's the only one who can reform this nation for us. Let's all collectively, because together stronger, we can be able to push this man and make him the next president. And we'll begin to reap the dividend of democracy. Thank you.
Thank you, DJ. Shegu, you've had it all, and the reality is this. Right now, you need to be, if you're a convert, preach. Take the word out there that we have to have that change. We'll be right back. When we come back, we'll take a few more calls before we wrap up the program.
Keeping the beat, but let's repeat.
This is Articulated Hour, a program dedicated to Dr. Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, the Waziri of Adamawa, who is the forerunner candidate in the Nigerian forthcoming election. We've been having a great time here in the studio. We are wrapping up. I'm going to take final comments from how we started the introduction. So I just want to start from Chief George. You just wrap it up. Just give us your final word, your final comment about this whole thing, the articulated agenda, the Nigerian election, but make it brief. Everybody has just 30 seconds. Chief George, please.
Thank you very much. It's been interesting to be here. And I will ask everybody, please get your PVC and make sure you vote. Take somebody with you, then just go by yourself. And I want to thank the radio station for having me. and the crew. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Chief Richard.
In finality, I want to use this opportunity to assure Nigerians that time has come, that every single person, if you're living abroad, if you're in Nigeria, pick up your PVC vote and go and vote Buhari off office. Its time has come for Nigeria to actualize that change. A time has come for our great nation to get back our lands, get back what we had all this while, that togetherness we will prosper. And thank you, Houston, and thanks for having me.
Thank you. Ovie, let's get your final word.
Yeah, let's all go out, those of us back home, and vote out the shameless Buhari regime, government, and vote in His Excellency Atiku Abubakar in 2019. Now, those of us in diaspora, what we need to do is put our resources together to keep this program going. Articulated Agenda Hour. Let's keep it going so we can interact with the voters and give them, reason to keep the flag, flying.
Thank you, and Honorable Emeka, please.
Good afternoon, listeners. I'm very happy, very, very, very happy that this program is airing live and people are able to call. I want to use this opportunity to thank the Afrovibes radio station. They're doing a very fantastic job. To wrap up my comment on this today's edition, I want to say the message is very clear. Our PVC is our power. Let's go out there and get our PVCs and vote out the bad government. And we all know that come 2019, His Excellency, the Waziri of Adamawa, Atiku Abubakar, will be at the helm of affairs in Nigeria, and he will be able to, turn things around. And I know I cannot wait to change that change that we have in Nigeria. And personally, I have my PVC and I'm going home, and I'm going to make sure that we actualize this, this movement. Thank you.
Thank you, Digi. Your final words.
Well, you have to give me a little bit of time to,
2 minutes.
to
minutes.
to finish
up.
up.
Others have 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, let's make yours.
I personally want to thank the radio station for hosting us today, and I want to tell the listeners and viewers that this is a program that we want to keep doing every week, so that way we'll be able to send the message across. And then we are also going to give out our website for people to make donations for us to be able to keep this program live.
Right.
And that website is www.articulatedagenda19.org. When you go there, you can click donate, and then you can donate money so that we can be live every day to talk to you and then interact with Nigerians and tell them the reason why we need to be able to, make Nigeria working again with Atiku Abubakar on board. So please, listeners and viewers, today is a great day for me. In fact, I'll tell you, I'm happy being in the radio station today, and I know it's going to be almost in about 181 countries, which is a great deal.
Right.
And then people will listen to us and know why it is important for them to vote out, Buhari. Buhari is not a man that is supposed to be our president. He does not have the antecedents. He does not merit to be a president. In fact, our country needs a total rehab, and the only person who can do it is Atiku Abubakar. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. And our listeners, if you try to reach us today and you were unable to, we apologize. It was due to time constraint. This program will be back next week, and if you want to get more information, you can, like the DG said, visit us on www.articulatedagenda19.org. A couple of things you can do when you get to that website. You can register to be part of this movement. You can get daily information on what is going on about Atiku. Somewhere along the line, you will listen to a program we have decided to call Atiku Speaks. You will hear the principal himself talk to Nigerians wherever you may be, all over the world listening to us today. And be rest assured that this week will be back. This program will be back next week, same time, same station, Afrovibes Radio, which is #1 globally. And before I sign off, I just wanted to know that the man you've been hearing since, my name is Lawrence Odemelem. I am the Director of Media, Articulated Agenda. I am articulated myself, and I'm very proud to do so. So thank you for listening, and see you next week. Bye.
Nigeria go better if you support Atiku. Poverty go wrong, employment go dey, tribalism go wrong, nepotism go stop, peace go dey, unity go dey. Make we support Atiku. Atiku na our man, Atiku for president, Atikulated. He's the right man for the people. Atiku na our man, Atiku for president, Atikulated. Atiku na our choice, oh. Atiku na our man, Atiku for president, Atikulated.
Good people of Nigeria, here is the man, a better choice for a better Nigeria, Atiku Abubakar. Atiku is the right choice for Nigeria. Atiku is our man. Atiku will carry everyone along. Atiku will fix Nigeria. Nepotism, tribalism, cabalism, religious segregation and disputes, unemployment,